It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I have another beer from the wonderful Brewski Bryggeri in Helsingborg, Sweden. I don't have to look up the address because I've been to the brewery, went to a fantastic festival there a couple of years ago. This is Sakura Tree, 4.5% ABV, Berliner Weisse with cherry. 330ml can, that lovely Red Bull style can that I think is fantastic. It's a really good differentiator between the stumpier style 330ml can that we all know and love. You see this with the white label and the colour on the front, and you immediately think of Brewski. I think it's fantastic marketing, really good marketing. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. Oh, look at that, it's very red. I will say at this stage of the beer review that the beer was sent to me by Brewski. Oh, look at the colour! Look at that. Look at that. Sounds like a Berliner Weisse. Can we get it up? Whatever the microphone is on this device I'm using. Yeah, the beer was sent to me by Brewski, but of course, this is an independent beer review. I'm always open, I'm always honest. If I love the beer, I will tell you I love the beer. If I don't like it, I'll equally tell you I don't like it. And I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. Otherwise, you guys won't tune in, would you? You just wouldn't tune in. It would just be like this guy's being sent beer and he's going to rave about it because he's been sent beer. It don't work like that on this channel. What I liked about the beer, first and foremost, was the head dissipated very, very quickly. I've had a few Berliner Weisses from supermarkets recently where the head has stayed around. For me, that is not indicative. That is not that makes me worry. When a Berliner Weiss's head stays around, it means it's not really doing what it's supposed to be doing straight off the bat. Thankfully, this head hissed and disappeared as fast as I wanted it to. We'll get into all of that in a moment as the reasons why I wanted this Berliner Weisse to do that. But let's finish off with a look at the beer. The carbonation, slow moving. It definitely looks like a glass of Cherryade. It's slightly hazy. Let's get the aroma. It smells terrific. Do you know if you eat a really good quality cherry, say you go to a market, and when you go to markets, like if you went to like a discount supermarket and you bought cherries, they would look okay, wouldn't they? And they'd taste okay. And then maybe you went to like a farmer's market and then you bought some cherries from the farmer's market and they're big and fat and they're gleaming, they're shining. And then you bite into them and you can taste the skin. You can taste the skin of the really nice tasting cherry. Well, that's what I'm getting on the aroma of the beer. The skin of a really nice tasting cherry. Oh, it smells terrific. And then I can't help but think of tunes. Cherry tunes. Now, cherry tunes in the UK are a cherry sweet, of course, that you put in your mouth when you got a cold. And then it kind of gives off all of that it almost like melts all of the blockages up in your nose and you can breathe again. It smells a little bit like cherry tunes. It smells delicious. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. nearly tripped over the cooker. That's because the beer rocked me back on my feet. I just, first time ever, caught the back of the cooker and nearly fell over. I gotta put that down. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beautifully balanced beer. You may want to rewind it and watch it again. As I'm tasting the beer, I'm like just waiting and anticipating and waiting. I'm waiting for that slight Berliner Weiss sourness to come on the back end. That sourness to kick in. And it blasts right on the back end. It kind of gives lots of beautiful cherry flavours to begin with. And then bang! Gives that lovely sourness on the back end. Oh, it's delightful. It's really drinkable, really refreshing. The cherry flavour is fabulous, it's unbelievable. It's almost... I watched an episode of Dragon's Den last night. And there was a lady on there. She was trying to sell... A recent episode. She was trying to sell a botanical sparkling wine. And they didn't fall for it. They didn't go for it. I say fall. I shouldn't say fall. They didn't go for it. They didn't fancy it. I think it looked a bit too classy. And she was trying to sell it into health spas and stuff. But she was also trying to sell it as a health drink. Actually, when I look at this, and when I look at that blueberry smoothie beer, where my face looked like the Joker because it was all over my face, when I reviewed that, and now reviewing this, I'm wondering if Brewski are going down that kind of same line where they're thinking, right, we're going to add loads of fresh fruit to the beer, and we're going to market ourselves as a company that sells good honest beer but with a health benefit to it, like adding loads of cherry for this instance. Yes, I'm enjoying a Berliner Weiss, but as much as I'm enjoying this Berliner Weiss, the amount of cherries that's in this beer, I can taste this real cherries, it will have lots of health benefits for me. So perhaps they're lining themselves up in that kind of direction, which would be brilliant. Or perhaps they just like loads of fruit in their beer. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. It's so tasty. And the other benefit of this is that I've had it in the fridge all night. So I pulled it out this morning. And it's lovely and cold. And it's like, do you know what it feels like? Bear with me because I know it's not orange juice. Do you know when you stay in a hotel and the only time you drink orange juice is when you stay in a hotel? My ritual in a hotel is get a wash, get dressed, go downstairs into the restaurant, cup of coffee. First and foremost, coffee machine, get yourself a cup of coffee, bit of breakfast, and then I will sit there and drink 3 or 4 glasses of orange juice. And it's the only time I'll drink orange juice is when I'm in a hotel, because I never think to buy it otherwise. But when I see it, I'm like, yeah, I'll buy some orange juice. This has that very same kind of, I know I'm saying it's not orange juice, but I'm drinking this at 9:20 in the morning, and it's giving me that same almost like health benefit, almost like I'm telling myself in my brain that this is really healthy for me. It's giving me that same like kickstart your day type of thing with a glass of fruit juice. Beautiful, really beautiful. And the Berliner Weiss flavours, slightly salty, slightly sour coming through on the back end, is just wonderful. So that is Brewski Brewery's Sakura Tree Berliner Weisse with cherry. The ingredients contains barley wheat, and that's it. Made in Sweden. Yeah, I'm gonna rate it. I'm gonna rate this. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I really like it. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crow's 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Absolutely terrific beer that I think has that added benefit of giving you a big vitamin C boost if you need one. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!